It's going?
It,
You got this.
there's two people watching. Probably should have taken a picture of your booth rather than a sketchbook for the thumbnail. No. Maybe tell people what you're doing.
Hey guys, I am streaming live from Akaicon, and I think as commissions come in, I will stream them. So if there are gaps in the stream, that's just a downtime for me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching this. Right now, I am working on a really, really cute commission. It's for someone's sketchbook, and I'm not going to flip through because I don't have I didn't ask permission to do that. But they have been collecting these commission drawings of Usachan from On Host Club and Miauchi from Tasty Peach Studio, and having those characters drawn in different cities, doing different sort of regional things, which I think is a really cute idea. And I'm kind of jealous that I didn't think of something similar, because I love commissioning artists myself, and it just seems like a really memorable way to record your experiences and to sort of make your trip to a convention city a little bit more than just, you know, the convention or buying anime goods. And I thought streaming it would be fun, because I don't think a lot of artists actually stream from conventions. So I thought I would try something different. So this is going to be a limited color commission. I'm sketching it in pink because it's going to be pink, purple, and black. I'm so glad it was done. The basic sketch down. I'm going to tighten it up and start erasing some of these extemporaneous lines.
She's still stuck on it.
Yeah, you do the whole thing. Yeah. You said the alley closes at 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Hi. I don't know. That's what I heard yesterday.
What did you say?
That's what I'd heard yesterday, so yeah, that's good. have a battery backup for that.
There is no battery indicator.
Huh?
There's no battery indicator.
It was almost a full phone, full charge, but it might need it. I'm enjoying this, but this paper does not like
The marker seems like it's dying.
It's not. It's just this paper is very thirsty paper. But this is actually a lot of a lot of fun. I don't get
It's bigger or the scene?
everything. The fact that they kind of like let me do my own thing, and the fact that I'm like kind of doing something superhero, but it's like intensely cute superhero stuff. You know, it's just people don't usually think to ask me to do this kind of stuff, and this is the sort of stuff I really like to do.
Every time I want to commission someone, I always have like crazy scenarios in my head, and it's not just like a character in a pose or whatever, which is kind of what dissuades me from asking for commissions.
If it's something in a simple style, for me, I love doing the crazy stuff. It's when they want detailed and crazy and fast that I'm like, that's not what I'm going to be able to do for you.
Sure.
But if they're willing to do something like this, I can really go all out and make it really cool.
don't want to do my Oftenson crazy battle commission.
No, you should probably get the impossible. Or Dylan Banks. Dylan Banks would be the one to do it. Dylan Banks is a phenomenal artist who draws cool stuff, and you should commission Dylan Banks to draw your cool things.
Fund his marriage.
You think he would complain? You think Lane would complain about that? Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Morning. Something. It's actually afternoon.
What
Whatever.
time is it?
It is 12:14. You don't know how many times I say good morning, and it's like 3.
Yeah, I said good morning at 8 at night once, and I was like, I'm sorry. No. I'm like, I just say good morning all the time. That's how that works.
Basically means the same thing.
Yes.
It's not like it really matters.
Good
Enjoy
greeting.
the time that it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're selling kitty collars.
How's it shining black in the clouds?
It's actually shining white.
Oh, so that's the
The black is the outline, but I should have done it in purple.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be doing.
Always go over in purple after it dries, right?
Yeah, that's kind of nice. Because this is a big thing with multiple things going on, I'm trying to like work on it in different stages.
Mhm. Ashley said to have a good time at the con.
Hey.
I believe so.
Hey, Ash.
Hello again.
Hey.
How's it going?
Hey, it's going well. How are you?
Alright. Well, I was going to... Oh, you're recording right now.
Don't worry about it.
It's only facing
Unless
me.
you're shy, yeah, they can't see you.
Well, what I was going to say is, how far have you traveled to go to conventions?
Toronto?
Toronto.
Or San Diego, which is further.
I don't know. We've done Toronto and we've done San Diego.
Well, there may be a convention maybe we'll look at. It's called QuestCon down in Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, that's not actually that far.
Yeah.
Is it like kind of a general interest nerdery con?
It's more gaming, but like I said, they do have other aspects to it. But it's focused on gaming, but there's also they got a nice artist and vendor alley and stuff like that.
I'll look into it though. Thank you for the tip.
Yeah, they have an app you can actually look at
QuestCon.
it.
Oh, okay.
There's an app, and you can get on your phone. You can actually look at it and actually get information on the vendor tables and everything.
What I probably would do is ask, because I'm part of several networks of artists
It's
who
a
do
new
these
con.
things. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I know, like they have 5 blocks.
Oh, gee whiz. That's huge.
They got the whole convention center. They got the park across the street for
For the LARP?
to do Renaissance. It's a apocalyptic Renaissance festival thing.
Oh
there.
my God.
They got KidsCon at the Science Museum across the street.
Yeah, actually,
Steampunk.
they solicited me for the Kids Con. Well, what they want, they solicited me for their Kids Con, but what they want is like, or what they approached me with is they want like a science-related demonstration at my table.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
I was like, I mean, that's a cool idea, but who's gonna fund that? You know, like where am I gonna do a science experiment?
Yeah,
Like,
it
why
takes-
would you ask an artist to do a science experiment? I would love to do an art demo for you, but
Hold on. Was you talking to Punky?
I don't know who I
remember
was
who
talking
it was.
to. I'm sorry.
They
QuestCon?
stopped by.
You sure it was QuestCon?
I believe
I
it was
believe it
QuestCon. It was in
was.
Atlanta, and they did say it was for kids, and it was science themed.
No, probably for the QuestCon, the KidsCon area, yeah. But there's
Yeah.
also the main
The
con
main-
and
Right.
everything
yeah.
else. So you talked to someone already.
No, well, they contacted me about it for their kids section because honestly, there's not a lot of kid-lit comic artists in the South. But yeah, they wanted like a science demonstration, and I was just like, good luck.
You can always
That
just do the
doesn't
regular
sound.
con.
I'm trying to think who that would have been. You could probably do art, like I said. I know Steel probably wouldn't have said that. He wants to get anyone he can at the con. He's the
Yeah.
con chair.
This was also kind of early on.
Which
so
con was it?
I thought it was QuestCon. It might be something else. It was a con that had a kids section in a science center, and that we would have had to travel to.
Man, it's
So
probably
it's-
not QuestCon.
Maybe not. I'm sorry.
But like I said, we got the convention center, we got History Museum is doing a steampunk comic book thing, and all weekend.
Are you from the Atlanta area, or are you from around
No,
here?
I'm here.
Okay, yeah,
I
you're
work
just
for
traveling.
Condo.
Yeah.
It's gonna be it's gonna be a really fun time. Like, it's like we got a big esports competition
Wow.
coming.
When is it?
October 20th through the 22nd.
Okay. I might not be able to make it this year because I don't know what my October looks like yet, but I'll definitely look into it and think about it for next year.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of friends who are always interested in more shows, so I'll make sure I'll mention it to them as well.
Okay.
Do you have any like flyers or?
I ran out of flyers and hadn't got any more. But
That's fine.
there is, like I said, the app
The
you
app,
could look
yeah.
at.
Right, that makes sense.
It has, you can actually apply to be a vendor and everything else right on the app.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's handy. Well, then I will definitely look into
You
it.
got some big guests coming, I do know that.
What kind of guests? Voice actors, or like people in the?
There's a guest list.
So some cosplayers.
Yeah, we hadn't announced all of them yet. The one I'm excited about is Dojo Frontline from Dark Matter.
Yeah, there's some music people, some actors.
It sounds like a good mix already if they've got music people. Because music people tend to get kind of like shafted when it comes to shows, which is a shame. Like they get invited to anime cons, but like to indie comic cons, they never have musical guests.
Yeah, we want music, we want, like I said, going big for our first year. So,
That's pretty
but
exciting.
most of our convention people have experience. Staff people have
Yeah.
experience with other cons. and
This is
stuff like
just
that.
their first con this year.
Yeah,
What's
it's
the-
Freeman School.
What's the D&D Adventurers League?
That's the official D&D group here. They're registered with the D&D. We're going to have Pathfinder tournaments,
Some game designers
Magic,
as well.
Star
And a
Wars
couple of
tournaments.
authors.
Like I said, I can't talk about the esports one yet.
Understandable.
Should look us up.
I will.
Thanks.
Oh, I also meant to ask you, would you like to promote your art on my podcast,
Oh, definitely.
radio podcast?
Yes, I would. If that is cool with you.
Yeah.
Would you have a problem emailing me about that? I get
Yeah.
con break. You know, so much stuff happens at the show that I don't remember half of what happens sometimes unless
Yeah.
I write it down.
Yeah, or, you know.
Well, you often forget if you write it down as well.
Well,
Email is probably best.
email is really good.
Just don't, if you wrote it down, don't forget the.
No, I don't forget commissions.
Yeah.
But I write down all sorts of other things to check out, and then like a year later, when I'm flipping through the back of the book, like, oh yeah, I write stuff in the back, and then I'm like, oh, that would have been really cool to do.
Well, if you want, I could possibly do an interview today. Just for fun.
Depends on how busy
yeah,
things are.
I would be interested in that. I'm working, like I said, I'm working on a commission right now, and she's not gonna be here all weekend, so I want to make sure I get it finished for
Yeah,
her.
I'll be here till like 7 or by the time the vendor room closing.
I think it closes at 6.
Okay, maybe we could do it at 6 o'clock or something like that.
Maybe.
You just have to bring some of your artwork somewhere and we'll just talk about it and stuff like that.
Okay. It would be video or audio?
Video and audio.
Okay.
That's why I said bring your artwork because we want to show people it.
Right,
Won't
right.
be live or anything. I will.
Sure.
I'm fine with either, honestly. I used
Well,
to.
I like editing it and stuff like that. So.
I got you.
Yeah. I guess just swing by around 6 and
Yeah,
we'll see.
Definitely will.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Mobile, Alabama?
Sorry.
He said QuestCon is in Mobile,
I thought he
Alabama?
said Atlanta, but I misheard.
No, he said Alabama.
Oh, okay.
I can afford Alabama because their hotels tend to be not too expensive. And plus, Alex is
Probably
there.
much cheaper than.
Atlanta? Yeah, I can't afford to stay in the city in Atlanta. I have to get a hotel outside the city.
Where's Copic wines when you need them?
I know,
When
right?
you want the texture.
The texture's fine. It's the paper, because like the other people's commissions also show that, and the paper is being what it is. So I'm just not gonna fight it. I'm just gonna go with it and do the best I can, and it'll look great.
Did she pick the colors or you?
I picked the colors. She just wanted pink for the rabbit to stitch on.
Yeah.
But I thought pink and purple would look really good for like a cute night scene. The nice thing about this paper though is you can get double layers that look really nice. How's the stream? Is it running?
Yep. 6 peoples.
Wow.
I don't know how to check the chat.
If you touch the screen, it should bring the chat up.
Yeah. Get the con sickness.
I had the sickness before the con.
I'm so disappointed I did not get a table this year.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What happens?
How long did you wait to apply?
Huh?
When did you apply?
I was actually contacted. I think Mark contacted me about it. I think the month after the con. But they
Wow.
actually gave the option to do it the Sunday. They were asking, "Hey, you want to do it
Yeah.
Sunday?"
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't do it now because we didn't make enough.
Yeah.
And then things went south, and I couldn't happen. I was gonna do it after the cutoff for the early bird special was January.
That's when I did it.
Yeah.
'Cause- yeah.
That work, I got lit. Sorry, I can't.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I definitely know how that goes.
There's been, I don't know what previous years have been like. This is our first year tabling at Akaicon, but
No,
there's
it's
been
not. It's our second. We tabled last year.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I usually see you at MTAC.
Yep.
Were you at Kami or Momo this year?
I wasn't. I wanted to do Kami, but
Kami
then I
the year
talked
before
myself out of
last.
it
Ah,
because I'm trying to cut back on cons so I can do more comics.
that makes sense. That makes sense. And that's why we kind of stopped as well, because like we wanted to have our first issue out.
Yep. It's so
And-
hard doing both.
But the bad thing is, our issue's coming out next month.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But
That's a lot of work.
no, okay.
It is.
It was
A
done
comic
last
is-
year.
Oh,
But we had to do 27 pages.
But publishing is a lot of work too.
Yes.
And people don't appreciate that. Like I didn't appreciate how much work it was gonna be.
Yeah.
So, because you're like, well, I did all the drawing, so I'm done, right?
No, because then you gotta do corrections. You gotta do word balloons. You gotta do typesetting on top of that if you didn't already create the typeface.
Yep.
If you're drawing it instead of doing it on the computer, you got to worry about that. And then what was the other thing? I remember we had to do desktop publishing to make sure that all the pages were annotated correctly. Then we had to make sure that we gave our publisher printable files.
Yeah.
And then what we all did, because he also got a colorist for us,
Oh, nice.
we also had to make sure that person had the PSD so they could color it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they'd probably charge a lot more if they didn't have layers and everything.
yeah, it's not horrible. It's
So
just,
your comic is digital? I said your comic was done digitally?
it started off pen and paper for the sketches to the ink phase, and then he went back and re-inked it on the computer and he screened it because he used Illustrator.
Sure.
He's like, never again. It's good if you are doing a one picture. It's not good when you're doing like 27 pages worth of material.
Sure.
That's wrong.
Feeling that.
But other than that, I do digital mostly, but he starts traditionally. So,
Yeah.
but I had to go back and do the work balloons. I also did half the pages for flats. So to speed it up, because
Yeah.
we were supposed to publish last November, and then we pushed it back so we can get a colorist for us. That's why it's coming out next month. And then from there, we had to have our files done for that, I think, December. So we called it was supposed to be a 10-page issue that was supposed to be like in with another book. And then
Okay.
he went, "Hey, I like it so much."
The
finish
front
rest."
back thing?
Yeah. No, because like he had we were back up to another story, like an anthology, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he liked the first 10 pages so much that he asked us to do the rest, and he paid us for the whole
That's
set.
good.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then he said, "Okay, now I'm gonna print that," and then we got a colorist, and then so we had to have all that
Yeah, it
stuff.
just drags on.
Yeah. So,
Who's publishing you?
Fanboy Entertainment.
Oh, okay.
out of Memphis.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you told me that. I'm sorry I asked again.
You're fine. But because like normally for self-publishing, the workload is a little different,
Yeah.
and not only that, if you're doing also if you're also printing, it's not that much different, but you have to go through a slightly different process, especially if you're going for a bigger publisher that requires certain things to work out.
Sure.
Of course, like you got to worry about their printer.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's true.
what is that printer's black tone? Like usually like rich black is X Y color. or whatever. And then you have to worry about that. Plus, okay, what's the colorist going to do on top of the work?
Yeah.
Will this interfere with what you're doing? So he also had to set up a color guide for all the characters. So that took not more, but it's something we were doing anyway. But it had to be done at the same time we turned in all the files so that she would know how to color the characters.
Huh.
And then we gave them the initial color maps so that they could see, okay, it's nighttime. This is what the city's supposed to look like. Here you go.
So these characters are going to be affected by their setting and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So
makes sense.
So it a lot of work, especially when you're rushing.
Yeah.
To get it out there.
So what's the first con you're going to be selling it at?
Right now, I think. Let's see. I think there's Memphis Comic Expo in October, but I think if we may be selling it later next year ourselves, but he's going to start selling it then.
Yeah.
Because it comes out for order or pre-order next month. And then from there, it's going to be, he'll give us like a case so we can sell at our own leisure.
Nice.
And what else is going on? I want to say the earliest we're probably going to do it ourselves is going to be MTAC or maybe any other Comic-Con. Because right now it's up in the air because finances. But if he invites us to Memphis Comic Expo in October, then we'll go and sell it there, promote it. But other than that, for us, it's going to be a while. He's going to do it first.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense if he's publishing it.
But that's what we were hoping for Dragon Con. Dragon Con is hard to get into.
It is hard to get into, yeah.
Yeah, I hear like people split tables 3 or 4 ways there.
Well,
right?
Dragon Con is huge.
Yeah, but Dragon Con also has a policy that they'll, like, if you're a newcomer, they'll take 10 people, but you have to go through like some weird application process, and there's always a possibility that you get rejected, or like, oh well, this work is not what we're looking for this area, so you can't,
it's
you
juried,
can't do it
but
this year.
just because you got in a previous year doesn't mean you're going to get in the next year.
And, it would help if we had a bigger presence, but right now that guy, he's probably the biggest presence we have so far, so if he gets in, he'll probably be a Dragon. That'd be awesome.
So Dragon Con looks at like your social media numbers and stuff?
Huh?
I said Dragon Con looks at your social media numbers and stuff like that?
No, like they look at everything. If you're media, they always ask for that information. If you're an artist, they'll look at your portfolio.
Yeah, of course.
If you sold there before or not.
Okay.
If you're a publisher, they'll obviously look at your backlog of what you've published before.
Yeah.
But artists, it's a little bit more stringent because of, like they want to have certain people that they can say, okay, this person's going to sell.
Right.
That it's a weird dichotomy in that way. And you can't always get in if you're new to that area.
Yeah.
But like I say, it's like a lottery / let's see what you got and then maybe we'll decide after that. I just wish it was easy. I wish it was cheaper too.
It's going to get harder,
Well,
unfortunately.
I mean, that's what smaller cons like this is for,
Yeah, but I noticed like last year especially, if you do more comic style artwork instead of fan material, a lot of people don't gravitate toward it very well.
Yep.
So if you don't have like I draw more obscure characters like Medusa, Ramathal. I did a Tracer last year. That was well received. But at the same time, it's like we didn't draw a lot of fan art that's anime inspired. That wasn't obscure. And a lot of people didn't like that, so it's hard to get into that. And not only that, our stuff was geared toward an older audience as well.
A lot of what?
An older audience. Like most of our stuff is geared like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my stuff is a little tastefully risque. But it's not like I have to cover it so I can't show people, but it's a little risque.
Right. Right. So an anime con wouldn't be the best fit.
If it was an anime con that was older crowd, maybe.
Yeah.
But this type of con is younger.
Yeah.
And also we noticed like some people, like they like to drink or they like to party or you want to spend your money elsewhere, right? So there's always that factor involved. Let me see if I can find the picture. Not because like I got everything but on here. Yeah, here we go. So, like this is one of the pieces I had for last year.
Yeah, I could see. I mean, it's no more exposing than like a JRPG, but I could see a con looking at that. That's a little more exposing than a JRPG.
Yeah. I was supposed to have a friend cosplay that version, but that fell through. Maybe next year. And of course, this is the other character I did before that. Oh, sorry. There's a risque version of both of those, like
a PG and a PG-13 version. Yeah.
Except for Tracer, because I didn't bother drawing all those details. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but I noticed a trend that older people bought the prints versus kids to, I guess, young adults. So that was something we noticed for the trend last year when we had our table. Yeah. And not only that, we were in the fucking corner. We were in the corner. And it was hard to get anybody to come to our corner because it was being blocked by the door.
Yeah.
And it was easier to see, I don't know if she's here. She had the pigeons that were like the things you think, but the pigeons say as well. I don't know if you saw her be.
I don't think so.
I don't know about here, but she had birds, little birds, things you think what birds say. I think that's what
that sounds familiar.
She was right next to us, and she was a big Star Wars nerd. I was like, oh, that's cool. But you could see her booth, right? But you couldn't see ours.
That just happens at cons. I feel like they should give discounts for those booths like they do at a concert or something.
Yeah.
Like if you have an obstructed view, you get a discount.
Yeah.
But like they don't do that at cons, it seems like. Sorry.
Well, it didn't help us at all. So, and the sad thing is that was the third time that's happened to me. It's like I'll be like I got JCon, I got stuck in the corner behind a plushie vendor, and his whole booth was drawing. So I'm like, hey, the only way people saw me is when they went to see Jennifer Seehee, the voice of Sailor Moon.
Sure.
That's the only way they saw us, and they go, oh hey, and then
that the new voice or the old voice?
The English voice.
Okay, yeah, but didn't they change the voice actors
They
for
changed
Crystal?
it like 6 times.
Yeah,
Oh,
she was
never mind.
the one that they did in the first cut.
Okay.
In the 90s when they first released it, and then they changed it later. And I think she came back as the singing voice for some of those scenes. But, they kept changing the voice actors every now and then when they did new releases. That aside, and then my first Akaicon, I was between a major like prop vendor and then some giant comic guy. And my friend who I split a table with, she was doing My Little Pony stuff. That sold well. Art prints didn't well. So we're thinking maybe like Gen Con or something like that would be better for us.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
So that's what we're going to probably shoot for next year.
You do a lot of gaming stuff?
Most of the stuff I draw is more gaming.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's a gaming fan. But,
Yeah.
and then my roommate, he draws fan art of comics, comic heroes. Like he did one recently of Marvel Inhumans. What's his name? He does the Whisper voice and he destroys mountains. I forgot what his name is.
Sorry, I hardcore boycott Marvel and DC, so I wouldn't be able to help.
Yeah, I don't know superheroes either, unfortunately.
Well, I don't blame you.
They keep doing crappy things, and then people are like, why do they hurt me? And it's like, because they have a history of hurting marginalized people. Why do you trust them?
Yeah. but at the same time, it's not only that, like they because of what they're doing, the deal they had the Fox, they are getting rid of most of the mutants even in their comics, and they're changing the ones that don't have the proper origin for their powers, Inhumans, and then they're going to roll them into the Inhuman side of things and explain away. Instead of it being mutants, they're Inhumans, who are technically still mutants. But and that's why like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is doing. The new Inhumans show is going to talk about that as well. And then, of course, the movies. If anybody has powers, like Miss Marvel, she's still human, but she got her powers from Marvel. When he got struck by an energy beam, she was behind him and transferred some of his power to her.
Okay.
So they're going to explain that away. And then, but she won't even be in the next Avengers movie until after her movie comes out, because they're going to explain where she was for the past 20 years. So, yay. I don't understand why they do that so much. They should just, okay, here's a new character.
Oh, I need to put that back.
Or whatever.
I assume the city reference.
Yeah, it's
Anywho,
hers.
I probably should let you go because you're also streaming.
I am.
Well, you had some commenters. I don't know where they went.
Don't worry about it.
But
I'm mostly just streaming commissions as I get them.
okay.
I thought it would be, I don't see a lot of people do that on YouTube, so I thought it would be interesting.
Yeah. I do that too, but I do it on not Pixit.
Picardo?
Yes.
Oh, you stream your cons?
Not at cons. We will do a live stream from cons for Facebook Live and Instagram.
Yeah.
But we will do most of my actual art streaming and photo editing streams on Picardo. And obviously audience is really good.
I thought Instagram only allowed like really short streams, like a minute or something.
No, you can do live streams on there.
Okay.
If you just start streaming, they give you 30 minutes.
Okay.
If you're in a verified account or you've done multiple streams back to back, you'll get an hour and then unlimited. Because obviously you're occupying bandwidth on Instagram to do that.
Right, but you're bringing, if you're popular, you're bringing in people.
Yeah, that's why they'll raise the restrictions. The more popular you are, the more viewership you have.
Sure.
Like this one person, they did like a 12-hour stream.
Dang.
But it was like a photo shoot, full party, them drinking, and then back to another photo shoot.
Yeah.
And
Who wants to watch all that? I don't
Somebody
know.
does.
well, no, they had 10,000 people in that stream. The server crashed and came back. I'm like, oh my gosh. But you don't have the restriction on Picardo. Same thing with YouTube.
Hello.
Facebook is the same way. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm blocking stuff. But again, it goes on as long as you need it to.
Right.
Sure.
Well,
If it
it's
takes
also,
you 3 hours to draw something, it's 3 hours.
Okay.
If you sketch stuff 30 minutes here and there, whatever. But most of our stuff is just, here's what we're doing in the studio, here's the stuff around the con, and just us clowning around.
yeah, I can appreciate that. I usually will do like recaps that way.
Yeah. Because like the main thing is like we're letting our viewers know that we're working the con.
Right.
That's all we're letting them know.
Well, I co-founded a very popular convention resource,
Yeah.
and the other co-founder and I are just really tired of writing recaps, so doing video recaps is an easier way to handle that.
Yeah, but you still gotta write a script if you're.
Nope.
Oh, you don't even.
She
do
just
that?
talks about it. She'll make a couple of notes and read them over beforehand, but it's not a script. It's just like, oh yeah, it was really cold in the convention center.
I can't. I usually do like a 30-second blurb if I do a video like that.
Yeah, that's what it ends up being, and then I edit all the days together.
That makes sense. But
Considering it's not a paying gig, I don't stress over it too much.
yeah. And then the other thing is the algorithms on YouTube change so much.
They do. It's really hard to keep up with that. So I just kind of quit caring about that, and I just do what I enjoy.
Yeah. Because I think the only way to be a YouTuber now is you have to actually do a video every single day.
Yeah, and not just that, it also has to have X number of views, plus people have to watch it for X amount of
And
time.
if you want the advertisement to stay,
You
have
can't curse, which is fine because I don't.
Yeah, and then you can't have leaked content. Or at least
Well, I don't either, but you also have to be, to get the big advertisers, you have to basically show somebody else's products. And I'm kind
This
of...
is brought to you by
Gatorade, delicious Gatorade. Stay hydrated at your con today.
But that's the sponsor stuff, though. The sponsored stuff, I noticed for some of my friends who do still do that. They have, like, one dude talk about a keyboard that he bought that he liked.
Yeah.
Buy this keyboard at Keyboard Express. It lights up, and that's it.
It lights up like every other keyboard now.
Yeah. But it has also clickable keys. Like,
Sorry.
yeah, it's stupid stuff like that. But when you're doing the advertisements, it's just your content has to follow the rules.
Yeah.
And since they're enforcing them now, if you don't go through those rules, they drop off all your monetization.
That really doesn't bother me because I do family-friendly art stuff, so it doesn't, like, I was already following those rules. I don't care.
But there's some people who were not.
I know, and I think it's so funny, and then they want to complain about censorship, and it's like, this isn't censorship, this is advertising.
have always been
very
there.
different.
Yeah.
Censorship would be them telling you you're going to shut your channel down,
Yeah.
and you're paying for the channel, but you're not.
Someone said very cute commish.
Aww.
But yeah, and it's the same thing with most streaming sites. You know, you got to be careful what you post, what you do. Picardo is a little bit more lenient. If you're running an advertisement on NSFW stream, they try to run advertisements that are adult friendly.
That's good. I mean, I think that's good because those advertisers are paying for your content, so they don't deserve to get screwed over either.
Yeah, and on top of that, like, that's the main thing.
And YouTube, honestly, I mean, you can't blame them because there's so many people putting videos up every single day that they can't necessarily review everyone, but they weren't careful enough with what channels they sold what advertising on. So,
But I wouldn't, like, for me, it's like for the, like, what is it, Angry Joe is a good example. He lost monetization on some of his videos because, you know, he curses a lot.
yeah.
But he's talking about a game, he has a solid opinion, he wants to make sure you know, and he's very vocal about it.
Sure.
So he tries to run advertisements that are adult friendly, like, you know, a movie like AVP or whatever content that's that level of adult mindset.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he had to explain that one time, and then Nintendo blackballed him because, well, they do it to everybody they can get their hands on.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's their content, so it's their right to say, you owe us 30% of your revenue or whatever.
No, it's not that. They want all of it.
No, they say they only want to take 30% of your revenue if you
If he
play a
curses,
Nintendo
they
game.
might
Yeah, maybe.
try to take all of it to keep him from reviewing or doing their games on his channel because Nintendo's very careful about being a family-friendly
Kid-friendly or
company as
whatever.
well.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they even do that for their more adult games as well. So it depends on what it is and how they're looking at it. And Nintendo will DMCA almost anybody. They even do it on Tumblr. Now. It's like you post
I didn't know that.
Princess Peach. Okay, it's safe. But if you don't tag it, it won't get auto-removed or flagged in the system. And then if you post an adult version of that same character, you can't show that at all.
Yeah.
They have nuked so many accounts because of those stupid rules that Nintendo's put out recently. So I don't touch Nintendo. Like, I don't care if it's safe.
That's me with Disney. I don't do Disney.
They're okay with fan art so long as it follows some weird ruling they have. They can't, like, family friendly. So, you know, if your kid finds it, they go, oh, that's adorable. And you can do commissions, but you can't sell fan art of a certain grade. It's some weird rule about that. That's most fan art. So.
Yeah. And just don't show up at Dragon Con with your weird Princess Peach dojins. I'm kidding.
I don't know. Actually, I will say it's hard to find that stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, I need to go browse some more. So,
All right.
Good
Well,
talking to you.
like,
enjoy the show and congratulations on getting published.
thank you. No, it just needs to get here sooner. So I'll catch you guys later.
All right, have a good show. I should probably care more about like YouTube changes, but I can't keep up with
I really
it.
don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to try posting a video a day for a while,
That's what I've been doing with it. I do it when it's convenient for me. So like with the con prep where I'm doing something different every day, I'll do it. But my life does not differ enough from day to day for me to think anybody cares about that. I was thinking depending on what's going on in ruling, I might do daily vlogs. I heard all you can eat free.
let's see if I can flip the screen up.
What do you think? Other than I shouldn't have done Kitty's
That's
face
cute.
in black, I think it looks really good.
Sorry.
And considering that's kind of a minor error. Because it also could be argued that, oh, it draws the focus towards the...
Yeah. I think the areas of black are the ones of the most importance, if that makes sense.
It's also bigger than I usually get to do, so...
And they do have an additional lockdown on the side. That's the only different sided one up there. Actually, back there. Is that the one you want?
I'm not gonna bring any breakfast bars. Definitely gonna want to eat before 6.
Okay, can you check the camera? I want to make sure it's framed so they can see. Do I need to turn commission?
Yeah, if you want, just turn it. There you go.
All right, guys. So I'm going to end the stream for now. If I get another commission, I'll resume the stream. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and hopefully I'll see you again later today. But if not, it really means a lot to me that you guys drop by during Akaicon.